today's episode of Recycle the Bricks. The passion is to inspire, motivate you for a better version, action and direction via entertainment content, review, and of course reactions. In our last video, I said I was going to be giving you the last video where I reacted to Sars by Shatawale, one of Ghanaian's finest. I said I was going to be giving you an overview of Sars, or more or less a promise. I was going to be giving you an overview of Sars, the history of Sars, how it started, and how it has gotten to where it is today, and how they crept into the youth community, into the youth circle. I told you I was going to be saying all that. So in sequel to the reaction video Sars by Shatawale, I'm going to be doing this video. So I'm going to be giving you the history, the overview, and I'm going to give you the good, the beautiful, ugly, and funny moments of this Sars thing. Alright, so if you know you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do remember to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel to help us to make more better videos and help us to reach the obligation by the YouTube community to get to setting subscriber count, so we are able to access certain features in YouTube settings. So endeavor to subscribe to this channel as we jump into this video proper. I ought to have done this video, but I got so emotional about the crime, the killing rate, even that tollgate, Lekki tollgate massacre. I really got so emotional about the whole thing. It was mad. It was really mad. I ought to have done it video at the time, but I was really emotional. I could not even come before my camera to say a thing. That's how bad it was about the whole thing. So yeah, I'm feeling a little better. So I said I already have given my voice, you know, outside the hashtag and even the former video of Sars, and where I promised you I'm going to be doing all this. So it's a promise. It's just a promise. So after this video, Wizkid is dropping an whole album. He's dropping an album. Or what's the title of the album again? Is it but Wizkid dropping an album recently, so I'm going to be reviewing that album, and it's going to be mad around that. So here we are on the video, so let's ride. How did this Sars thing all started? It started in 1992, alright, in Lagos, Nigeria, where the redam of the Nigerian army was knocked down was killed, by the men of the Nigerian police at the checkpoints in Lagos State as at 1992. Alright, this sparked reaction everywhere, and it was reported to the army, and soldiers were dispatched to the city of Lagos. So the city of Lagos and soldiers were just everywhere hunting for every single policeman out there. Alright, so it was something that was very tough. You know, a couple of police had to run for their lives because it was real tough on them. You know, a couple of police had to quit their jobs. Some of them run, you know, resign. Some of them, you know, had to hide, you know. So it was that for 2 weeks. So they raised the crime rate because there was no longer police at checkpoints and at their various places of security posts. They all fled for their lives and all that. So the crime rate increased drastically as of 1992. So for 2 weeks there was intense crime rates in the city of Lagos. So Police Commissioner Jidenda Simeon Midendam, right, had to come up with a plan, you know. A 15-man committee, a 15-man team was created, you know, on the low to combat crime in Lagos at that point, because the crime was really surging. And so 15 policemen came together on a low, secretly, behind in shadows, or operating in shadows, so that the men of the army, Nigerian army, would not notice them, just to curb crime rates at that time. Alright, so 15 policemen came together to form this team. Alright, so now known to be Sars now. So after about a couple of months in dialogue between the police and the men of the Nigerian army, you know, the police were now reinstated to their various offices and points of security, the security posts. So, but this team, this 15-man team, was no longer dissolved. It was now being commissioned to be a member of the FCII, as in the Force Criminal Investigation Intelligence Department. All right, so it was now commissioned to be a unit of the FCIID. So that was how it started. And that's the very brief history of how the SARS came to be. So it was commissioned, and the commissioner had to identify this team as Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. That was how SARS came to be in Nigeria, and was not dissolved after the space they filled as at that time. Right, so that was how it became to be. About one of their very first popular atrocities was there in the mid-1992 when two security guards were arrested, unlawful arrest by the men of this SARS, and were detained unlawful without trial, was detained, and nobody heard from them for about a couple of 6 months. And it happened about the mid-1992, and the next thing they heard from this SARS and these two security guards was the next year, 1993, and it was the body, the corpse of these two security guards that was seen. So that was one of the very first atrocities and extrajudicial killing of the men of the SARS operative. So the two security guard was killed, they were tortured and killed without trial. So that was one of their very first criminal acts. And I just want to say it's evil, criminal acts, one of their very first atrocities of the men of the SARS operative. And the next one happened to be in Delta State here. In Delta State at about October 2015 when a driver was killed for refusal to give bribe to the men of the SARS operative. This driver was murdered by men of the SARS command, men of the SARS operative, for refusal to give bribe. But thank God to the governors that then the SARS operative was fished out and was, charged for murder and was sentenced according to the law. So these are the very two popular atrocities committed by the men of the SARS operative. So how did these guys manage to find their way into the youth and how did this guy find their way into the youth circle where almost every youth and teenager is now their victim and target? We're going to talk about that now. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, please endeavor to hit the subscribe button. Help us to get to obligation by the YouTube community for a 1K subscriber count, to be able to access certain features in YouTube settings. Please help us by subscribing, and whatsoever social info like comments, and share you want to do. Alright, just do that. So how did these guys came to the youth cycle? Way back 2009, it was noticed that the issue of crime rates was on the high side. It surged to a very high degree in our universities. Cultism was on the high side, was surging on that same 2009 year. So there was surging cultism practice in tertiary institutions. So even cyber crime, there was surging all of this in our institutions. So the men of the SARS operative happened to find their way. We don't know how they were invited into the campus. I believe it might just be one of the school authority, But trust me, they were able to combat and to arrest the situation, the rising issue of conflict among students and cultism, and combat all of the crimes and all of the violence in campuses. and all of the fraudulent activities, cybercrime and fraudulence. So they were able to manage it as at 2009. So a lot of targeted arrests was made alongside innocent ones, were also arrested in the process. All right, so it was such a gainful venture for the men of the Sars operative. It was such a in fact, Sahara reporters had to publish just on the 27th of May, is it 2010 or just 2017, that have to publish an extensive editorial report on how the men of the Sars operative made about almost 10 billion, 9.35 million. It's not million or billion now, it's a million naira from extortion and all of the extortion generally. So it was such a gainful venture for this men of the Sars operators. So they thought it was, just if a group of people are able to make within 1 year, 6 months. Yeah, that's about the period of 18 months. Yeah, we're able to make about 10 billion naira. Yeah, so it was such a gainful venture for these guys, as reported by Sahara reporters on 27th of July 2017 or 2010. So it was such a gainful venture for these guys. So this was how men of the Sars operative entered into campus and have not since then left the youth community. As always, let's continue with this video in the next episode so that I don't show too much at the spot.